Hi, RD Barry here. Welcome to episode 18A of my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XII. And I'm saying 18A here because this is going to be an optional episode. I'm just going to do some um, rare game, which are kind of optional enemies. They're difficult to get them to despawn. I think I could talk about this last time. It's difficult to get them to spawn, and then and what they do when you do, they're just sort of a little bit more challenging than the other ones. But I thought it'd be worth including them kind of in the Let's Play. You can skip this episode if you want. It won't affect the final plot or anything. Anyway, so what we can do, let's get to, well, let's not talk to that guy. Let's get to Lowtown, which I think we can't Moogle directly there. We can Moogle to Southgate, and then there's a door like right there. Okay. So there's Lowtown. There's probably other ways of getting there which are almost as easy, especially if we want to end up in the north end, which is probably what we want to do, and we need to get to the Garamscythe waterway again. And which is over here. Now, unfortunately, there's no way to get back to exactly where we were or where we started from. Back when we were first trying to infiltrate the palace. Because it turns out this doorway is shut and it will not open. I guess the Empire figured out that it was kind of a weak spot in the security. So we have to go back this way. And this takes us back to the same area we fought Fire Main, and it's also where we fought the the rats in the very start of the part where we started playing as Vaan here. And the problem is it's not easy to get back to, yeah, like the direct way is closed. And getting to the area where we want to go is not easy. And I did it before, so we'll see if the problem is you kind of have to make your way past some like level 40 enemies, and probably the best thing to do is just run past them as fast as you can and hope you don't get aggro, because that would be bad. Let's try, and I think, let me check the map here. Yeah. Let's try this way. I don't remember exactly the right direction, but hopefully this will work. And I'm gonna put Flea on, just to make sure I don't try to attack any enemies, because they are way higher level than we are. So let's try going around here. Yeah, like that thing over there is not is not going to be easy to deal with. Let's see here. Can we go? It's going to keep telling me it's fleeing each time, which is better than dying, I guess. Yeah, right. So, I hope you were able to follow that because I certainly wasn't. Anyway, this is where the, let's turn that off. This is where the entrance was, and if we get back and we're, back at the save crystal where we were, this is, yeah, this is closed now, but we're at the other side, so that's fine. We didn't die, that's good. Let's, and I think I'm just gonna flee my way all the way through, the area to the north, west there, because that's where, as soon as we see the Ichthons, then, that's where Razorfin is gonna spawn. So let's, and I'll probably skip through all that. Edit all of that out. We don't need to worry about these rats, I think, anymore. Okay. And I believe this is the place where we saw the, yeah. Now, the conditions where Ichthon, or the Razorfin spawns, I'm getting conflicting information on that, but the more reliable sources I can find say that he or it replaces these Ichthons when they're defeated, or when they first spawn. So let's just go through and see if he's spawned right away. Don't think so. He did, or it did spawn the first time we were through, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Yeah. So what you have to do is go through, and I'll defeat the Ichthons that are there, and then do what they call a zone, meaning leave the area and come back, and hopefully that will mean these guys respawn, and there will be a chance that that Razorfin shows up. So I'll clear these guys off screen. We're pretty overpowered for them at the moment, so shouldn't be any problem. So what I'm doing here is I'm leaving the area, leaving this area here. I do not want to go to the Royal Palace, because I'm pretty sure I won't be able to, well, I've never tried it actually at this point in the game, but pretty sure that will be locked as well. Again, the Empire probably tightening up security a little bit. So I leave the area and then don't even bother with that. um, come back, and hopefully that will respawn the enemies in this area. Clear these out. I think the more enemies you clear, the more might respawn, but we'll have to see how that works. It's kind of trial and error here. Because I don't know if even what I know about this is true in the version I'm playing, because it was all documented for the PlayStation version. Okay, well, I've got him. I'm just gonna give myself a potion here. I should say another potion, because I already used up one. And what finally did the trick is just going over here and going back and forth over this border like 4 or 5 times. So crossing the border more like 8 or 10 times, really. So let's clear this guy out of the way. Make sure we don't get too many other enemies. And this guy shouldn't be too much of a problem at Vaan's current level here, so I'm not too worried, but we'll have to see. And we do not get a level or HP or weakness because Razorfin is immune to Libra. Actually, let's get rid of the stealing first. I don't want to get distracted here. Okay, alright. So, let's go ahead and get this guy. Yeah, this is not an issue here. Alright. So I really probably could have gotten him, like, way before this. Like, when I was first going through here. But I was just being extra careful, not to get, you know, dead. So, what... I'm gonna try going into the palace just to see what happens. Just to see what dialogue they show us with that. Because I have a feeling they've locked it. It's going to say tightly shut or something like that, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh, I probably can't do it well. Improvised gate, yeah. The gate is tightly shut, yeah. So, we can't get into the palace anymore at all, I'm pretty sure. And that area of the game is closed, and according to the plot, it ought to be, so I guess that's fine. Meanwhile, we have to get out of this place again, and hopefully we won't die in the process of getting out. So back to the way we came, and I'll probably cut out a lot of this travel stuff. So I guess really the main point of that, or really even the only point of that, was to get the entry in the clan primer. So that's well, we can show off that we did that, but other than that, I don't think we got anything useful in terms of drops or anything. So I guess the moral of the story is do it on the first pass. And I'm just gonna save the game here, save my progress because in case I do die on the way out, which seems like non-zero probability that I've saved this, saved that bit of progress, or saved that I have done that. Okay, well, I made it back to safety here. It took me 3 tries, so I'm really glad I saved my my progress there. I don't think I need to do that again, though, because we're back in relative safety. Okay. Yeah, there are some very tough monsters in there, and you do not want to mess with that, mess with them, because they will one-shot you basically. Especially if you're alone, and especially if you're only level 9 or whatever we are. Okay. So the next one is going to be let me check here. Okay, so the next one is going to be the Ripe Rampager, and let's go. I believe he is in the Ester Sand. Let's get out of this area here, first of all. Find a Moogle. Alright, so let's just zip by these guys here. We've already fought these guys enough, I think. And we're heading down toward I believe there's a little nomad village there. I don't think we've been there on this in this Let's Play, so or in this playthrough, so we can talk to the people there. Not that there's a whole lot going on there. I think there's like coins scattered on the ground, but I'm not going to bother with them because they're just like 1 gil each. Not even really worth the trouble to pick them up here. Dantro, yeah. I think he's involved in another hunt at some point, but anyway. And I think this is an inn. Seem to remember there's a place you could rest for a nominal amount of gil there or something. This is not a chocobo stand, okay. Yeah. I could have sworn, well, yeah, well, if I can't find it, then, might as well not be there. Right. Maybe they changed that in this version. I don't know. Might as well grab that treasure, I guess. Firefly. I can hardly wait to find out what that is. Anyway, we'll continue this way. And I believe the enemy we're looking for is yeah, in this little alcove here. And there's a cactite there. And the idea is to defeat that cactite over and over again until eventually he is replaced by the rare game that we're interested in. So I'm just going to do that. Again, I'm going to do these kind of nuisance battles off screen. This is probably, again, something we could have done either with Pinello or after we got Pinello or after Pinello left and we but before we went into the or snuck into the palace there. Make sure I don't get lost here. So I need to go a little bit of distance away so the cactite will respawn and then get him again. Right. Okay. I think that might be enough. We'll see. Yep. Oh, there he is right away. Okay, that's nice. So that is the Ripe Rampager. Again, he is immune to Libra. You'll see that a lot with these guys, and that's kind of what makes them scary, because you really don't have any idea what how difficult they are to or they're going to be to deal with. So that's why you need to save often with these guys, because you never know what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and attack. War Song. Wow. Mystery Waltz. Okay. Oh, we didn't get a drop. Oh well. All right. So I'm gonna head for the nearest save point, which I believe is gonna be in Albana. Yeah. So we want to head north and generally east and then north again. And again, I'm gonna kind of skip through the intervening enemies here, unless I see something we haven't seen before. Okay, here's Nalbana town again. We can save here. Okay, and you know, I realized that there's the start of a side quest here that I probably want to get started at this point. There's kind of a hapless Sikh. We're looking for. There he is. The guy who's kind of running around there. Jovi. Yeah. Right. Wow, he looks tired. And I think there's like a hole, if I remember correctly anyway, there's like a hole. Yeah, he's finally collapsed under the ground there. Yeah. My hero. So, yeah. So I think we need to come back to him later and follow up on that, but I just wanted to get that started there. Meanwhile, there's a third rare game I think we can do at this point, and that is Nekbet, spelled Nekhbet. And I think well, let's just see if I can figure out how to find him. We need to get back to the no, we don't want to go back there. We need to go north to the sand-swept Naze. So that means going south first. Actually. All right. So here we are in the Ester Sand again, and this one's the area we are in is Sandswept Naze, and I looked up the spawn conditions for Nekbet here, and apparently she, I should say, because it's based on an Egyptian goddess, I guess. She does not spawn immediately. You have to. She's kind of spawns in to revenge cockatrices that you've defeated. So we have to go through and defeat cockatrices until she shows up. Basically, let's go ahead and do that. I won't show the battles because pretty sure they're they're not going to be that. I mean, we're not as over leveled as we were for some of the other areas, but it's for Vaan at this point. It shouldn't be too hard, and I won't try to do the wolves, but if they aggro me, then so be it. I think there's a couple of cockatrices up on that ledge there, but since it would involve fighting a bunch of wolves, well, if it comes to that, I'll try there, but otherwise I'm not going to bother. And I hope, I'm thinking we have amassed sufficient ire here. Yeah, there she is. So again, Libra does not work. This might be tougher than the other ones because it is in a slightly tougher area here. But we'll have to see. I mean, she's not orange or blue or yellow or anything. She's still blue. I think there might be a way of deducing her level from the colors there, but it's something that's probably best to leave to the internet to figure out. Anyway, let's go ahead and do that one. She looks exactly like, or probably not exactly, but almost exactly like the other cockatrices, but I think she might be a little bit bigger. So it's really hard to tell from a distance, but the fact that she's got protect on herself there is probably a good clue, other than, you know, the name. Wow. Okay, this is gonna be tough because gotten in like 5 hits and the mucus. Wow. Let's go ahead and use a potion here. Let's go ahead and use another potion. All right. Well, this is not going well at all. I managed to get Neckbet to spawn, but it's not going well. I think I used up like 15 potions so far, and that is not optimal. Because Neckbet's health is only down by like 15%, it looks like, and I don't think we're going to have enough potions to keep cure. So let's hold off on that. I'll reload from another save, but and we'll do this later when we have help or something. So this one is, yeah, we're just not ready for that one yet. I will try to tackle that later, but anyway, so I'll get on with the main story next time. Hope you'll join me for that, and until then, bye.